2018 was a damn good year for superhero movies. Infinity War, in my opinion, is Marvel Studios' masterpiece. Black Panther became the first superhero film nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Despite the fact there's at least 3 other movies that should have gotten that before this, but you know. And hell, even DC made a pretty well-received film. But one film seemed to fly slightly under the radar, with it pulling in numbers that would be quite low for this genre, especially with the titular hero being Spider-Man. And this, of course, was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. To be fair, critics and fans alike adore this film, so me saying this doesn't exactly make me a very special snowflake. But as such a massive Marvel and Spider-Man shill, in case you couldn't tell, I didn't think it would take this long to find my Spider-Man. I thought I had found the perfect Spider-Man for me when Tom Holland rolled around, and I felt I could relate to most of his problems, me being around the same age as him when that film came out. However, this film, in my opinion, has instantly become the pinnacle of Spider-Man media. Everything from New York's beautiful cityscape to all the Spider People, even to them reusing Cliff Robertson's "with great power comes great responsibility" line from Spider-Man 2002.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
But Into the Spider-Verse has helped me to realise so much more about what the Spider-Man character actually means. I think there are 3 scenes in this film that perfectly help to sum up the Spider-Man character and manage to build Miles Morales up as a much better character rather than him having previously been just Black Peter Parker.
Miles? Spider-Man?
Wow, Miles! You're doing it on command!
It's about time, right?
Miles!
You figured it out.
I love you! I am so proud of you! Brought all the kids? Oh yeah, I forgot about her. Well, that doesn't look promising.
No, it doesn't.
Now, when you think of a quote to do with Spider-Man, what do you think of? I'll give you a second to think about it. If you didn't say "with great power comes great responsibility," then I'm sorry, but you're a certified idiot and need to leave this video right now. We as a fan base are not really used to seeing Peter Parker get his ass handed to him on a silver platter, but in the first 15 minutes of this film, we get to see Chris Pine's Spidey get his skull turned into a fine paste. But how does this scene of Peter's death manage to convey the sense of great power equaling to great responsibility into Miles? Well, to put it simply, with one rousing speech, Peter embeds that feeling of responsibility into Miles' psyche. When he's struggling to get up, whilst refusing to inherently give up, Peter is handing Miles the USB key that can stop the Collider, save Brooklyn, and the space-time continuum in the meantime, because the stakes aren't half high enough.
No one can know. He's got everyone in his pocket. What? If he turns the machine on again, everything you know will disappear. Your family, everyone. Promise me you'll do this.
I promise.
Go. Destroy the Collider. I'll come and find you.
However, Miles, having only recently got his powers and having smashed off at least 7 different windows on his college campus,
Okay.
he simply refuses to climb up the wall and shut down the Collider, struggling to accept the responsibility that he and he alone can bear to save the city, as well as being scared, as anyone in his situation would be. When Kingpin arrives at Spidey's feet, with Spider-Man being quippy and defiant to the end, and then proceeds to oof him, Miles is shocked and horrified, finally realizing the danger that someone like the Kingpin, aka Big Willie Fisk, possesses to the city, and from here he finally understands the responsibility that he and he alone needs to bear to save the city he lives in and the multiverse while he's at it.
200 miles per hour with a blindfold on. Mama always asking where did I go wrong.
Took you long enough.
What's up, danger? What's up, danger?
Let's face it, lads, if you've seen this film, you already know what scene I'm talking about here, alright? So, let's just not... I'm not going to explain it way too much for you. This scene acts as the payoff to the film's build-up from the very first minute that we see Miles Morales up until now. From this film, we've seen Miles try and fail to live up to OG Spidey and be the hero that he needs to be. He led Fisk's men, and Doc Ock, because she's female in this movie, to the Parker house, getting it destroyed, and he had to watch his uncle die right in front of his eyes, which has never happened in a Spider-Man movie before, might I add. Miles finally has managed to control his powers. He's accepted his position as Spider-Man, but most importantly, he realizes he doesn't need to be like Peter or Penny or Gwen to be Spider-Man. He just needs to be Miles Morales. In a line that was in the trailers that in my opinion absolutely by no means should have been cut was,
Remember, what makes you different?
Let's go!
is what makes you Spider-Man.
This single line manages to fully sum up the Spider-Man character. The animation helps brilliantly with this story in such an amazing scene, and none of this is more evident than when he first takes his leap of faith off the building in New York and he breaks the glass, showing his fear still remains and he's still sticking to everything. While he now has a better understanding of his powers, he doesn't know that this is going to work, and if he screws up, he'll end up like OG Spider-Man, dead. But he succeeds, and for the first time since 2014, we finally get a scene of Spider-Man swinging through New York, and oh my god, it's beautiful, lads. The music, along with the animation, makes this the best scene I've seen in an animated movie since the first scene in the swamp in Shrek 1. But with that scene under our belts, let's wrap this up with Miles wraps up his arc with his father Jeff, who I'm surprised to say actually managed to top the Jefferson of Spider-Man PS4, and that guy crashed into a flipping building and then got out and knocked out a criminal, and is now 100% Spider-Man. Miles gets his quick run through of how he became Spider-Man, much like every other Spider person in this film, and he gives a short little message which embodies everything that this film has stood for, and this only works if I really played the clip for you. Please don't copyright strike me, Sony. I love your film so much.
I never thought I'd be able to do any of this stuff, but I can. Anyone can wear the mask. You could wear the mask. If you didn't know that before, I hope you do now. 'Cause I'm Spider-Man. I'm not the only one.
This film fully understands Spider-Man better than any other iteration of this iconic character ever has. It doesn't get bogged down trying to explain that it was Peter Parker's destiny to become Spider-Man, and it doesn't repeat that same with great power comes great responsibility line. It just establishes it in its own unique way. This film shows that anyone can be Spider-Man. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, male, female, smart, thick, or even a goddamn animal, because everyone and everything can be Spider-Man. So yeah, I'm just finishing up editing this video now, so I just leave this message at the end for you lot. I hope you guys did enjoy this. This is a bit of a different video. I just wanted to be a bit appreciative of something for once. I may make more of these videos in the future, depends on what you guys think of this one. I did enjoy making it, so I will be bringing other stuff into the fold as well. Don't worry, it won't just be films. I'll bring in games and other stuff like that. And yeah, just let me know if you guys want more of this sort of stuff in the future, or if you prefer me to be a contrary knob who just talks about stuff he hates. And yeah, I suppose I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.